Blah.
Okay, I have some unsolicited advice for anybody who is watching this, and it's something that I've only recently come back to. I used to do it all the time when I was younger, but not for the reasons that I do it now, and completely forgot about all of the benefits that come with doing it, especially if you love eating pizza as much as I do. And I love eating pizza. It's one of my favorite foods. You can never go wrong with pizza. Actually, that's not true. You can totally go wrong with pizza. I take that back. In any case, what I'm referring to specifically is when you get a slice of pizza, depending on the situation, because sometimes you get a slice of pizza and the cheese is of a certain condition where if you dab it with a napkin, the cheese will stick to the napkin. If that is not the situation, and I guess you won't know until you test it and find out, if that is not the situation, I cannot recommend this enough. Dab your pizza with paper towel or napkins and soak up as much of the oil and grease as possible, and do it especially if you are in your mid-30s or older. Why do I say do this? Because if you eat pizza as often as I do, and I eat pizza way too often, you are taking in so many extra calories from the grease. The grease is not healthy for you. It's really bad. Pizza is, it's funny, we think of pizza as a junk food, but I read somewhere, I forgot where I read it online. You might want to Google this. Don't take my word for it. I read somewhere online that having a slice of cold breakfast pizza might actually be more healthy for you than having a bowl of cereal with milk, if you could believe it. Yet people eat bowls of cereal with milk every single day, because we think of that as like a breakfast food. We don't think of pizza as a breakfast food. And if you've never had breakfast pizza, it is one of the greatest things. It's just wonderful. It is a wonderful sort of thing to do. I guess you could call that that's like peak goblin mode. I like this new terminology, goblin mode. Go look up what goblin mode means. I feel like that's a goblin mode thing to do. In any case, I digress. When you dab your slice and get the grease off of it, you actually can taste the flavor of the mozzarella cheese. That is something that you are kind of missing when you're eating a greasy slice of pizza. All you're doing is you're tasting the grease. You're not even tasting the nuance of the sauce and the cheese the way that you could be, and I'm speaking very precisely, because if you're going to have like a Napolitano slice or whatever, like there are certain slices that are just not going to be as greasy as, what I'm really thinking about. We're talking about New York style propane oven slices. Those are the greasiest of the greasy. You know what I mean? Using a full fat mozzarella cheese. I mean, forget about it. You're going to get some grease. The grease is going to come. But like I said, you're going to actually taste the nuance of the cheese and the tomato sauce in a way that you haven't before if you soak up some of that oil. Plus, here's something that you have to consider. How many calories are in the actual grease? So let's say that you're on a diet, or you're at least trying to limit the amount of calories. There are two great ways that you can cut back on calories, especially if you are like a food lover as much as I am. And maybe I will make a separate video about this as well. For seltzer, drink seltzer instead of soda. Seltzer is like drinking soda without any of the calories. You still get the bite, the kickback from the carbonation without, imbibing high fructose corn syrup and, adding, however, like 235 extra calories to, your system. And it's the same exact thing with pizza, man. If I dab the grease off the pizza, then I am freeing up an extra however many calories. It may not be a lot of calories, but let me tell you something. As anybody knows, whether you're dieting or watching what you eat or calorie conscious, those calories, they're like pennies. Ooh, I think I just shredded a little bit of my bumper. Calories are like pennies. Pennies add up to dollars. You know, $10 adds up to 10. That's so stupid. Dollars add up to hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars add up to thousands of dollars, right? And before you know it, you have thousands of dollars. So it's so easy, and you know, it's so easy to and it's so easy to innocently consume calories. So that's my whole point. You can mitigate that by dabbing your pizza slice with a paper towel. So try it. Try it if you've never done it before. Some of you already know what I'm talking about. Some of you never stopped like I did. And it's funny, I was just like, one day I'm like, I'm going, God, this is so greasy. And I'm thinking, God, there's gotta be, you know, grease is oil. Oil is calories. Calories are in, you know, I mean, you're making your slice of pizza healthier by just removing all the oil. Right? So that's what I do. That's what I do now. And once I started doing it again, I was thinking, that's pretty great. I wonder, now here's a real, someone would have to calculate this, and I don't know if you could. Here's my real question. If you dabbed all the oil, let's say you ate an entire pizza pie by yourself. I'm not saying you should. I could. I'm not saying I should. Let's say that you did. Let's say you took out the oil over everything, the entire pie. You dabbed the whole thing with a paper towel. Would you have lost an extra amount of calories? Well, I guess you would have those calories no matter what, whether you were eating all those pizza slices. Here's my thought process. Is all of that oil equivalent to another slice of pizza? So if you're eating a pizza pie that's 8 slices, are you really eating 9 slices or 10 slices worth of calories with all of that extra oil? If you remove all the oil and grease, have you then removed those 2 extra? So in a way, eating one pizza pie is really eating like a whole pie and a quarter. Does that make sense? Should I just stop this video right now? I don't know. I think I've made my point. Dab the grease off your pizza. You will not regret it.